The value on friendship and community and relationships, you know, it's just not there the way that it used to be.
Well, bye, someone.
I think movies are at their most effective when they're able to identify something real going on in the conversation and dramatize that. There's been a lot of talk about the idea of a male loneliness epidemic recently, and Brand New Day certainly picks up with Peter at his most lonely. How are Peter, Frank, and Ned relating to that idea of loneliness? And what does Brand New Day say about getting through that?
I think the movie is kind of about the importance of community, and you're right, you know, Frank and Peter are definitely dealing with that idea of being alone in very different ways. And I think that, you know, there's a really wonderful scene between the two of us where we face that conflict head on. But for me, I really hope the movie can serve as a beacon of hope to young people that, you know, there's real bravery in asking for help, and there's nothing more important than friends, family, and leaning on the people that you love.
Yeah, I would echo that too, you know, just as the father of two boys. I think it is so easy now for young people to kind of hide out and to get lost in this electronic world. And the value on friendship and community and relationships, you know, it's just not there the way that it used to be, and it's harrowing as a parent. And I can say, you know, I think what's interesting, you know, about the piece and this relationship is, you know, Frank is all about family. He's all about that community. It's been taken from him, and I think that I think what you go through yourself isn't what you want for others. And I love that, you know, through a medium like this, you get to explore things like that. And I'm really glad that you brought it up and you took that from it.
Jacob, anything for you there? Ned's got a little bit more of a social network here.
In a way, he does still have his friendship with MJ and like their full lives that they've gotten live, but ironically, he creates this Spidey Tracker app because he feels like he's kind of missing this thing, or maybe the sort of connection that he had with Spider-Man. And I think, again, like what Jon was saying, is that it's really easy for young people today to really like just get lost in social media and do all these things. And I think especially now, when a time where you can kind of just like be by yourself and you think you can find community online, but you don't have like the physical ability to meet people in person. It's a tough time, and it's really easy to get lost in being alone. And I think it's important to have friends and loved ones around you.
Because I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man.
Destin is incredibly good at the spectacle of these movies, but where his real talent is in hanging on to the emotion. Yeah. When he came in on the first movie he made for Shang-Chi, he put up on the screen a picture of him as a child with his father. And that was his pitch for Shang-Chi, and that carried through that entire film, talking about how lonely a certain generation of kid is nowadays. And isolated. Yeah. Isolated through COVID, continued isolation on all, and not just kids, all of us on our phones. And he carried that through the movie in a very, very meaningful way.
He did, and it's interesting because all of the characters in the movie are having that experience. And you think of Frank, Punisher, you know, he's completely isolated because of what's happened in his past. And he's completely decided to go it alone. And I think it's true of Banner. I think it's true of all the characters. And Destin was so brilliant in telling the story and connecting the characters through that theme. Destin, when we were first talking to him about doing the movie, he said, if I could make a Spider-Man movie that was about that, and about community and people's longing to connect with each other, even when they don't admit it, everybody really wants it.
We're not even in a room together with you, Tom.
Yeah, see, there you go.
We're looking at you on a monitor.
That's right. And that's where we started with the story a couple of years ago. And that's the movie that Destin wanted to make. Not so much, you know, yes, it's topical, and yes, it is, you know, it is a conversation that everyone has about young men. I think it's true for everybody.
Maybe I'm just writing this for me. And maybe that's my responsibility.
to live alone with the truth. And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me?
I try not to think about movies connecting on a grand scale. I try to connect with them personally, and that this subject matter is something that I feel like I can very much connect with, and when I think of certain times in my life when I have gone through tragedy or have lost people that I love, that it's very easy to pull back into my shell and think that I'm the only person on the planet and have a hard time connecting with other people because I feel like they wouldn't get what I'm feeling. I think that having a Peter Parker starting from that position was something that felt very relatable to me, and then being able to go with him on the journey of finding his way back to connecting to his community or people around him was really a very fulfilling and almost healing journey to go on over the course of making this movie. When you spend time with Peter Parker, he's a bit contagious. His relentless positivity, his tenacity, the way that he just continues to move forward and chase what he believes is good, regardless of how many mistakes he makes, because he makes a lot of mistakes and he just keeps plowing forward. And despite the pretty intense pain that he's had in his life, he still clings to hope. He still is able to laugh and tell jokes and feel light, and all of that, I think, is just a joy to be around, and to be in a community of people who all love this character, making this movie, and then now to be joining the community of everybody else who loves this character, who are going to experience what this small group of Spidey lovers have made for the big group of Spidey lovers. It's all quite joyful.
I'm sorry, but you're in danger. What? I promised you that I would keep you safe. Please, you just have to trust me. Come on.
Fine.
You're the only one who can sense it.
Hey, can we do this one at a time, please?
You're the only one who can defeat it.